I love how they smell and look, and the leather is beautiful also. In this video I will be unboxing, reviewing and using this Brambleberry beginners cold process soap making kit. I have some timestamps here, so if you want to skip to your favorite part, go ahead. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, we have this soap loaf mold, which is a very good quality mold. Then in the kit we have sodium hydroxide, that is also called lye. It is 2 pounds, which is enough to make a few batches. Then olive oil pure, palm oil, coconut oil, and the packaging is beautiful and very secure. Castor oil, I love to add castor oil in the soap. A pair of gloves, fragrance oil, apple sage fragrance oil, which actually smells amazing, sodium lactate, and that's it. Other than that, you need safety glasses, a stick blender to mix everything together, some containers depending on what kind of batch you're making, a silicone spatula, a weighing scale, teaspoon, and a digital thermometer. So let's get started. First of all, I will wear my safety goggles and gloves, and then I will get started with rest of the process. Make sure you keep your safety glasses on and gloves on during the whole process of soap making. So that's what I'm gonna do. Also, first I will measure water. Here I'm using purified water. You can use distilled water, that is the best, but purified water is fine too. Then I'm gonna measure sodium hydroxide. Here there's a child lock, which is how according to the rules it should be packed, because it's dangerous, corrosive, and to keep away from kids. Now it's measured, so it's time to mix lye to water. And of course, take your time with this step, because lye water is corrosive, it can burn. It also generates a lot of fumes, so keep your face away from it. Don't keep your face on top of it, otherwise you're going to inhale those fumes, and trust me, they are not good. So just take your time in this process. I'm going to fast forward this whole thing because it took me long time. I'm checking the temperature now, and it's around 194 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'm going to put it away to cool down up to 100 degrees. Next is melting of coconut oil and palm oil. I will put them in microwave until they are completely melted, and after about a minute they were completely melted. I took a 4-pound container from around the house to measure all the oils in. First of all, I will use palm oil. I will measure it according to the recipe that was mentioned on the instruction card. Next is coconut oil. Same thing, I will make sure it's completely melted, and then I am measuring here the amount that is mentioned on the instruction card. Make sure you tear the weighing scale every time you add a new oil. So now I'm adding castor oil, and last is olive oil pure. So when I opened the bottle of olive oil, it had a bug inside it. I don't know what kind of bug it is. I didn't want to use it, so I used the olive oil pomace that I had handy. By the way, what would you do if you received the oil with the bug in it? Would you use it or not? Let me know in the comments. Checking the temperature of lye water. Let's see. It is at 158 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'll put it aside to cool down up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. While we're waiting for everything to cool down, I just wanted to discuss about the things that are not in this kit and that you will need to buy, and a cost estimate. So this beginner cold process soap making kit was $65.99. There is a 20% off coupon. In $65.99 you are getting 10-inch silicone loaf mold that I just showed you, coconut oil, palm oil, olive oil, castor oil, sodium hydroxide, apple sage fragrance oil, sodium lactate, and the gloves. Then we also have a recipe that is underneath this, but I don't think that is right to share someone's recipe, so I will not be sharing that here. They actually mention it here, all the other tools that you need. The first one is included, which is a loaf mold. You need glass containers. I don't use glass containers,
so I just use the plastic containers that I have. Then stick blender I already have, stainless steel spoon, I don't know what's the use for that, but I'm using my silicone spatulas. Then you need scale to measure everything, knife you can take from home or from a Dollar Tree, infrared thermometer to check the temperatures, and a teaspoon to measure if you need to measure anything. So I checked all the prices from Amazon and I listed it here so I can show you what is the total. So if you buy all of that material, it will cost you about $80 to $100. That no matter what, you have to get all of this if you're planning to make soaps again and again. There is another kit that is called exfoliating complete kit, and if you buy that kit, that is actually about $150. I mean, it's $149.99, of course, and 20% off. So, and that actually includes all of this. Of course, you're not gonna get 6 pitchers, you are only gonna get 1 and 1 silicone spatula. But if you buy from Amazon or if you buy from there, everything is included in that kit. And that's also for beginner, but it doesn't have a recipe, it actually has a mix. So yeah, so and this kit is $69.99, and if you get that kit $149.99, it's actually about a difference of $80, which is actually the total of all of this. So if you don't want to go through the headache of buying everything one by one from Amazon, you can just order this complete kit, which actually comes with everything and a mix where you don't even have to worry about the recipe. You just use that mix and then follow the instructions. If you already have all these tools and you didn't have a recipe yet, so yes, this is perfect kit for you to start. Alright, so let's check the lye again.
It is at 118 degrees Fahrenheit and I can work with it. Oil temperature is 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so they are well within the range that is mentioned on the instruction card. I completely forgot about this, but we do have sodium lactate also. So I'm gonna add sodium lactate to cooled lye water as per instructions, and then we'll go ahead and mix lye water and oils. I'm adding lye water to the oils slowly to avoid causing any bubbles. I'm mixing it with spatula first, and then it will be the time for the fun part where we will be stick blending this soap batter. When I put the stick blender in oils, I am tapping it a few times to get the air out of the container to avoid unnecessary bubbles. Once it will start looking thick, I will stop stick blending because we still have to add fragrance oil to it. It's the right time to add fragrance, so I will be adding fragrance to it. I will also make sure that the fragrance oil is mixed very well. When there are no streaks of oil left in your soap batter, that's how we know that it is mixed really well. Now I can proceed and pour it in the mold. Once it is poured, tap it gently a few times so that if there are any air bubbles trapped in the soap batter, that will come out. At this point, you can play around with it to make any designs on the soap top. I just made this simple design, but you can come up with any design or you can leave it as is. This is after 1.5 hours and the soap is going through gel phase. I can feel the heat, and if you check temperature, it is 141 degrees, and this is completely normal.
This is 48 hours later.
I had to play around a little bit to get the soap out of the mold, but eventually it just slid out of it. And it actually looked perfect. There was nothing left on the mold. The soap came out very clean. And as you can see, it did go through gel phase, but not completely, partially. So we'll see like a circle when we will cut this soap. I will be using a regular kitchen knife to cut this soap loaf today. I made some marks and I'm just gonna cut them following those marks and try to be as uniform as possible. Make sure you do not use that knife in kitchen again and keep it just for soap making. I love these soap bars. They smell amazing and they feel amazing on skin also. And the leather test is coming up next.
Okay, let's do the leather test. I cut a small piece. It's very nice leather actually. Beautiful. Feels amazing on skin too. Very beautiful, luxurious, soft leather. And even after I removed it, like, the skin feels good. I'll see how it feels when it actually dries. Overall, I really loved the way it felt on my skin, the leather, as well as how it dried. So it did not over dry me. Here are my final thoughts for this kit. Number one, quality and quantity. The quality was amazing. The mold was very good. The amount of soaps that they gave, everything was so good. I will give it 4 out of 5 just because the olive oil had this bug inside it and it really disappointed me. If it doesn't matter for you, that's a different thing, but it really mattered for me and I did not use that and I had to use oil that I had. If I was a beginner and I had bought it for my practice or bought it to learn, I would have been very disappointed because I was expecting all these oils to be able to use them and I couldn't use them. The quantity was great. I actually still have leftovers that I can use to make another batch of soap, whether it's same recipe or a different recipe, because I didn't calculate how much is left over, but I have a pretty good amount of leftovers. Next is packaging. Packaging, I'll give it 5 out of 5 because the way the box came and everything that was set up in the box, it was just amazing. I loved the packaging of coconut oil and palm oil. The fact that I could actually melt it within that bag in the microwave and just use it right away, that saved me containers, and I love that packaging. About the soap quality, you will see a leather test also in this video, but overall I love the quality of the soap. It smelled good, looked good, and like I already said, and I love the leather. It did not dry my skin, so I'll give it 5 out of 5. And my final thought on this for you is you should buy this soap making kit if you already have the tools. If you do not have the tools, I would say don't buy this kit and go for another beginner's soap making kit that also says complete kit. So complete kit actually comes with all the tools and equipments that you need. So that was all about it. I will see you in the next video.